Welcome back, guys. I just rolled out of bed, and today's going to be a busy day because yesterday we spent 14 hours digging holes and planting trees for our new expansion of the food forest. Today we have to sheet mulch that area because we didn't have anything. We didn't have cardboard, we didn't have wood chips, we didn't have a thing. Trees showed up and we had to get them planted. So this, for those of you who don't remember from yesterday's video, go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. This is a series on how do you wake up in suburbia one day, decide that you're going to swap your grass for a perennial edible landscaping system like a permaculture food forest, and how do you just get started? You got trees waiting to get planted and you have nothing. You're not ready. I like to prep an area a year in advance, but we didn't do any of that this time because the trees came way earlier than we thought and we were busy doing other stuff. So this is like, how to do it, how a lot of people are probably going to do it. They're going to wake up and decide I want a food forest. They're going to buy trees and plant them in the grass. So what do you do next? That's today's video. We're going to go around and we have to pick up a whole bunch of cardboard. We're going to sheet mulch. So we need to pick up a whole bunch of cardboard. We're going to pick up a whole bunch of wood chips and ideally a load of manure if you can, or compost. Mushroom compost is ideal for trees, but go with anything you can. And then we're going to do the sheet mulching method, and I'll show you how to do that. One of the good things about driving into work is I would actually drive down the smaller towns, and on garbage recycling day, if someone was throwing out a fridge box or a TV box or, large cardboard boxes, I'd scoop them up. And I would do that all year long so that, by the time the spring came or the fall, when I'm doing my planting in the spring and the fall, I've got a huge reservoir of cardboard in my garage. Because I've been working from home since COVID hit and pretty much in March with a little bit of a brief stint in the office, because I've been working from home so much, I have no cardboard. I haven't been leaving my house to go and pick those things up as I drive into work. So we're also going to have to go in and be creative about how we go find cardboard, especially considering that Ontario is locked down with COVID right now. So we can't get near people. Businesses won't want us, coming in asking them if they have cardboard. That's not going to be possible. So we're really going to have to go look for it, pick it up, and bring it back. Even Trish is helping.
So this was a jackpot. There's like all these rolls of cardboard in this container. Jackpot. It's awesome. As you can see, we have lots of rolls. So it turned out great. We weren't even gonna look in this dumpster. So this is awesome.
Well, we're expanding into the front yard, And she's actually helping me do it. Can you believe we managed to convince her to extend into the lawn? So if that doesn't tell you how fun having a food forest is, I don't know. So the plan for this is to connect this right over and around into this drip edge. So we are sheet mulching now. Went into town to get a bunch of cardboard and 3 loads of wood chips today. So 2 here, 1 in the backyard. And we've got like 3 loads back there that we've been chipping away at. So it's funny, the wood chips, they don't last as long as you think they will when you put them nice and thick. So the sheet mulch method is basically to cut the grass really low and then spread, this is optional, but we like to spread manure down, just like very thin, while the cardboard is smothering everything out to give the soil life just a little bit of extra food, because the soil life, the population will kind of bloom and expand based on the food it has, and then that'll help kind of eat the grass up faster, I think. So we have a little bit of compost or manure down, then we have cardboard, and then if I was going to do a garden on this, I would put probably a good 2 to 3 inches of compost manure mix, or just if I only had manure or only had compost, that's fine too. But I'd put that on top of the cardboard and then the wood chips on top of that. Because it's going to be a tree system, I don't need a ton of fertility. The wood chips will break down over time, and I'm not going to really finish planting into this area for probably a year, 2 years, 3 years. I'll just chip away, putting transplant cuttings in here. So I don't need a ton of fertility. We just need to get the ground smothered out and then reset, and then we can put the plants that we want in here in this space, not the quack grass and Bermuda grass and creeping Charlie. So that stuff can exist in my lawn, but in the food forest, I do want some, other plants. So we'll slowly add that in, and we're gonna basically sheet mulch this whole area, and we're connecting it back into this drip edge guild. So it'll all kind of flow nicely, and it'll just thicken it up, and it'll feel less like a strip of orchard trees, and it'll feel more like kind of like a little forest when you're inside there. That's the plan. All right, I'm gonna go help and stop filming. It's been an all day, a couple days in a row now. Pretty tired. Okay, so here we are the next morning, and something I forgot to mention yesterday is a really important thing when you're going to sheet mulch, put down cardboard, is that cardboard is hydrophobic by nature until it's wet, and then it can be, it'll let water down to the soil level. So if you sheet mulch and don't wet your cardboard, it's going to create a water barrier between the above ground atmosphere and the soil where your plant roots are. So it's important that when you do sheet mulch, you wet your cardboard. Ideally, you let nature do it for you, and that's the reason why we did it yesterday, is because it was raining overnight. So we got a huge rain last night, and all of my cardboard got totally soaked, which is exactly what you want. Okay, so it's going to look very different in here in a couple years. You know, instead of just a strip, now we've got this big winding forest patch that is going to cut right in through and connect everything together. So it really is going to make the place feel like one forest and not a bunch of little mini guilds set up. She's checking out. She's pruning my kiwis. The kiwis I just planted. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're gonna plant this out in the next year or so. It's gonna take some time to obviously plant this out. So for the next year, it's going to kind of look like a food forest strip with a sheet mulch area attached to it, and then we'll just add to it over time, because you know this area here looked like just blank wood chips when I started that. So that will look like this within a couple years. And then this pathway, I really love this peach, so I want to get walking in and around it. So we'll take this pathway, we'll let it continue into the strawberry patch. The strawberry patch will creep itself over and I'll get a free ground cover that will just spread naturally by itself, which is awesome. And we've got sea buckthorn there, sea buckthorn, heartnut, sea buckthorn, linden, and then we've got another heartnut over there, 2 more heartnuts way down there that we still have to finish. So this will wrap itself down and around. I might pull this out a bit. It kind of cuts in too deep, so we'll pull it out even further maybe. And then we'll save a walking path under this maple, similar to the drip edge guild down there, such that I can just basically mow that path, and I have one trip of mowing, and that's basically all I'm doing in this whole area. The rest is just all planted out to perennials. So here's the trellis area kind of touched up. So this is looking a lot nicer. You know, now we've got a nice sheet mulch strip that will grow those kiwis up that trellis. And this ugly area at the back where the hot tub is, we've got the roses planted in there. It's all mulched out, and then we'll slowly kind of work on just making this area a little nicer. And everything is waking up. This is a cherry here. So it's about to get very interesting on this property, and I'm very excited. The next month or so will be very fun.